Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Johnny's Garage, where today I'm working on this spicy hot red Hyundai, and we're not getting nothing crazy, but we're doing a quarter panel and maybe possibly blending that back door. Today we're doing a review video on sand blocks. What sand blocks is best, what to use, so let's get into it. Let's go. Alright guys, so we're back here at the quarter panel, so I'll show you exactly what we're working with. Let's get down into here. So we already put on the Bondo. Well, I already did the stud weld. I pulled the dent out, I tapped around it, I got it pretty straight, I 80 gritted around, I did all my process, I got the Bondo wiped on there. Now I'm just pretty much letting it dry, and it's looking good already. Now this set here that I have, I think I bought it around 10 years ago, somewhere around there, maybe 9, maybe 11, something like that. And to be honest, it's been, I think, probably like the oldest tool that I have. I got quite some old tools. Some have gave out. I had to buy some more. This has been one tool that just really have never gave out. So I want to put it to work and kind of show you guys the different sets that they have. If you are thinking about getting into body work, this is a very basic set. It's nothing high-end and fancy, but it's not your dollar store sand blocks that you get. I will give you some alternative. If you can't even afford a set of blocks, stay tuned, check it out. I'm gonna give you an alternative that would hopefully get you by. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, because I do like to share some knowledge. And if you're into painting your car or painting anything, you'll probably learn something out of my channel. So stay tuned, let's let this dry, and then let's jump into it. Let's go. All right guys, as we wait for that to kind of just dry up really nice and good, kind of want to just show you kind of the set. I am missing one of the blocks that came with this original set, and it was pretty much one of these, but it was kind of half the size and it wasn't so stiff. It had a little bit of play to it, and it was a very nice block. Probably my favorite, to be honest, I think is this one right here, but it just depends on the size of the bodywork. If the bodywork gets too big, then for sure I move over to this one right here. And then these two I don't use a crazy lot. This one I probably use the least. This one here is not bad, so when you have kind of like a body, you know, like a, you know, it's a little bit more flexible, so it's nice, you know, you can grab it with two hands and just kind of like shape it and just kind of up and down. So this is the set, and there was one more little piece to it. This one right here is very stiff. This one right here is a more stiff one. It does have a little flex to it. Again, you could grab it with two hands and kind of like just kind of pull on it, and if you have something round, you know, you can shape it. If it goes in, you can kind of, you know, push on it a little bit and kind of get a little bit of a flex to it. If not, you can keep it nice and flat and just back and forth, get your body lines. And then this is just a standard straight. It's pretty stiff, there's not a lot of flex to it. This is not something that you really want to get shape to it. And then this one here is pretty nice because you could use it for, like, this one here is very flat, so it might not be the ideal, but like let's say somewhere in here where it kind of curves in, if you had a dent in here, this would be a good one where you can just kind of get in there back and forth, and get that groove. Versus if you're trying to use like a hard block, you kind of have to angle it, and then you're putting all the pressure on the side. And then if you try to keep it flat, you're just kind of gouging in this corner, you're gouging in this corner, and then you just get extra scratches underneath. So it is nice to have a block for everything. You don't really need it all that much. You could get away with one of them, you know, something, but it is a nice set. Now for this here, we're gonna throw some 80 grit. For right now, I'm gonna just use my favorite, the small one, this one here, just to kind of knock it down straight, and then we'll try to get the shape going. Yeah, the nice thing is that they're all foam, so they don't, you know, damage the car. And they last forever. They don't really deteriorate or break down. Again, I haven't really left them in the sun, so I can't tell you from that point of view. They've always been, you know, indoor kept and all that, and I try to take decent care of it. But you can see I got a whole bunch of clear and just paint from having them around and things like that. pretty good already. Alright, so now I'm going to top here. So honestly, just with this little block alone, you probably get away. That's what I'm saying. This is kind of my favorite block. I kind of use this a lot compared to the others. Again, we're nowhere near, you know, completely straight where we want it, but we already got our shape down. We don't really have any like big high spots. So yeah, now from here it's just kind of really final tune this inside line, maybe throw some tape, and you know, get creative on the actual body side. But the block itself, again, is very nice. It has the grips. I don't really think there's much wrong with the blocks, to be honest. Again, you know, I've had it for like 10 years. If they weren't that good, I probably wouldn't have it. Now, I will show you a block that I probably have for 10 years and I don't ever use. Let's jump over to that one now. This one here, some of you guys might recognize, very soft block, right? Just used for like a little final, you know, a little prime or something like that. I hate this thing. I don't even know why I still have it. Again, it's just too soft. Not really for body work. I don't really use it much. It would be this big boy right here. So it does have a metal bottom here. So it does stay nice and straight, but it also does have a little flex to it. So again, you could hold it with both hands and just kind of pull it down and kind of get your shape, or you could pull it up, or you could kind of leave it flat. I don't use this block a whole lot. I'll throw a link down below for it, just in case. The times that I have used it really are like on roofs, kind of like if you see here on this roof here, you see how it kind of dives down. This could be a spot where if you had a dent here and you use that long flat block and you just hit it, you know, real smooth, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna flatten this out completely flat, and then the rest is gonna have the roundness. So then when you look at it, you'll see like a flat spot. It won't be like a dent, but it'll be like a flat spot. So that is the time when this one here will kick in, where I can pretty much put it long ways. I could kind of hug, you know, the roof, and I could cut this way, you know, like X pattern, right? Cut that way, and then I can get it nice and smooth, but I can still keep that roundness, right? By applying the block back here and then applying it back here. So I kind of keep that round shape. So as I go over, I go cutting this area, but I don't cut it completely flat. I cut it with the shape of over here and back here. I hope that makes sense. So this is another really good block. Honestly, I would recommend it, but it's not a block that you would use all the time. This is a block that I use every now and then. And pretty much for that, like on roofs, on things that are kind of curved that I don't want to get that flat spot in, then I'll pull this big baby out. But with these blocks, again, they're pretty proven. I'll put a link down below for something that you're kind of interested in. The alternative is coming right up. Let's finish blocking this down, and then I'm gonna tell you the alternative, that if you don't have the money to buy any kind of blocks, something that you can pretty much almost pick up for free. So let's finish this up, and then I'm gonna let you know on that little secret. The cool thing is that you could also put the sticky tape, or you could use I use the Velcro. I like to hug it around. These papers tend to last longer than the file tape. Oh yeah. You see what I'm saying? Oh man. Yeah, that's coming out real good. So you see now with this round block, I don't use it much, but it is nice. I was able to get that round to it. So instead of it being flat, I can get that round. All right, so that top piece is pretty much done. Now we can kind of focus down here a little bit. Well, that body work is looking pretty good. Now it's time for the field test. Yeah, that feels really good. Honestly, I really don't even see a reason to wipe it down again. So that's pretty much it. I mean, now I'm just gonna fine it down and get it ready for primer. And then on primer, guess what? I use the same blocks, the same round one, the same little one, and I primed I primed the block. I blocked the primer with the same blocks. So tomorrow we'll jump back in it, we'll finish taping everything up, sanding it down, and then hopefully tomorrow night I can spray this thing. That is really the goal, is to have it painted tomorrow, so that way the next day I could just pretty much untape it, throw the pinstripe on it, call the customer. So not a big job. The next one that's coming in is a little bit bigger, so stay tuned for that one. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. The tip for the super budget block: if you really need a block and you can't really afford, you know, one of those sets, or, you know, single block, and you're really scraping by, this is one of the best alternatives right here, the paint stick. Now, not no cheapo paint stick, it has to be a nice quality paint stick like this sucker right here. It is very straight, right? It's very straight. The corners, they're not like all, you know, bold and like sticking out. So a lot of times I use a paint stick when it's like a small area and I don't want such a big block. I can cut, you know, part of the stick and then use that as a small block. I do use, I guess kind of a lot, like, yeah, I guess kind of a lot on wet sanding. Like if you're gonna wet sand a run out or like a very big dirt nib, I would cut like a nice size square or rectangle and then just wet sand it. And then on the wet sanding, or even if I'm gonna use it like a full stick, sometimes I'll sand the corners down a little bit just to kind of round them off, so that way that piece of the sandpaper is not digging into the paint, because that could happen sometimes. But yeah, the paint stick is a very nice trick. Yeah. Yep, there you guys have it, pretty much all done. You guys seen the process. We blocked it down with the Dura block. Bodywork's looking really nice. It's pretty much done, so we got a good amount of clear on it. Now we're just gonna wait till tomorrow, denib it, try to find some dirt nibs, denib it, throw that pinstripe back on, and roll it out, and then we pull on to the next one. So make sure you guys give me a thumbs up if you learned something. Subscribe to the channel so you can learn some more. Catch you on the next one. Peace.